Envy and falsehood have existed as long as humanity itself. Even the great Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca wrote about deceitful friends and jealous acquaintances. Recognizing envy and falsehood in others is a skill that protects your inner peace and guides you toward healthier connections. It empowers you to stand firmly in your virtues without wasting your energy on those who wish to undermine you. In this video, we'll explore 10 timeless signs backed by Stoic wisdom that will help you recognize envy and falsehood in the people around you. Let's begin. 1. Excessive flattery. When someone's compliments feel too lavish, almost unreal, there's often more going on beneath the surface. It's one thing to appreciate someone genuinely, to acknowledge their talents, their kindness, or their hard work. But when every conversation is loaded with over-the-top praise, it can be a sign that something isn't quite right. Stoic thinkers like Seneca understood this dynamic well. He warned us that no one is a true friend who cannot speak the truth to your face. Excessive flattery is not the language of a real ally. Instead, it's a subtle mask worn by those who feel they cannot match you in some way. Beneath those polished words lies insecurity, envy, or even a hidden agenda that benefits them more than it benefits you. If someone rarely, if ever, offers you sincere feedback, if all they do is agree with you and tell you that you're perfect, that's not friendship. It's manipulation. The Stoics remind us that honesty, even when it's uncomfortable, is one of the most caring forms of respect. Watch carefully for compliments that seem rehearsed, artificial, or too frequent. Treat excessive flattery as a red flag that someone may not have your best interests at heart. 2. Passive-aggressive humor. We all appreciate light-hearted humor. It bonds us, relieves tension, and reminds us not to take life too seriously. But when someone's humor is consistently tinged with sarcasm or passive-aggressive remarks, it's often a sign of deeper envy or resentment lurking under the surface. The Stoics recognize that words can do more harm than outright confrontation. Epictetus warned that it's not things that upset us, but our judgments about those things. An envious person may never directly challenge you. Instead, they hide their true feelings in what seem like jokes, remarks that belittle your achievements, subtly put you down, or make light of your struggles. This kind of humor is especially deceptive because it can be dismissed as just a joke, making you feel guilty if you call them out. But if you look closely at the pattern, these remarks come most often when you're thriving, celebrating a win, or feeling confident. It reveals the real story. Beneath their laughter lies a silent competition they never voiced aloud, a desire to feel superior by keeping you small. When someone's humor feels sharp, calculated, and recurrently at your expense, don't brush it aside. Trust your instincts. True friends make you laugh with you, not feel small under the guise of playfulness. Recognizing this subtle weapon of envy is one of the most powerful skills you can develop to protect your inner peace.
3. Sabotaging your progress. Sometimes envy doesn't come with loud declarations. It hides in the quiet, persistent drip of self-doubt that someone else tries to plant in you. An envious person may subtly sabotage your progress with remarks that seem helpful at first glance, but are carefully designed to keep you from surpassing them. The Stoics remind us that our path is our own, and that those who truly care for you will encourage you to grow rather than shrink. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Do not waste the remainder of your life in speculating about your neighbors." Similarly, those who spend their energy speculating about your path, especially to warn you against every risk, to highlight every possible failure, often do so because they cannot bear to see you succeed where they have not dared to try. Notice when someone repeatedly tells you to aim lower, play it safe, or wait for the right time, especially when your ambitions light you up. Pay close attention if these comments come most often when you take bold action or set bigger goals. The one who undermines your progress is usually the one who cannot face their own unfulfilled ambitions. Recognizing this kind of sabotage isn't about resenting the other person. It's about seeing clearly. When you stand firm in your purpose, you become immune to their whispers of self-doubt, and you protect the sacred drive that will lead you to your most authentic and fulfilling success. 4. never genuinely happy for you. A true friend rejoices in your victories, whether they're small or grand. But an envious person will often seem strangely quiet or indifferent whenever you achieve something meaningful. They may offer a curt, "That's nice," avoid eye contact, or even change the subject entirely. Seneca reminds us that no good is truly possessed except that which is shared. If someone cannot genuinely celebrate your triumphs, if they grow distant when you're at your happiest, it reveals an internal struggle they rarely speak aloud. Your joy and progress may remind them of their own fears, missed opportunities, or unrealized potential. Pay attention to these subtle reactions. When someone cannot look you in the eye as you speak about a proud moment, or when they hastily shift the conversation away from your success, they may secretly resent the light you shine into their shadow. You deserve connections that amplify your joy, not friendships where your happiness feels like a burden. Recognizing this subtle form of envy frees you. It empowers you to appreciate those who truly delight in your success and to draw your energy away from those who cannot. In doing so, you protect your inner calm, knowing that real bonds grow strongest when hearts celebrate together.
5. Spreading rumors or gossip. Envious people rarely confront you directly. Instead, they prefer to work in the shadows. Spreading rumors or indulging in gossip is one of the most telling signs that someone harbors hidden envy or resentment toward you. They often hide behind concern or casual remarks like, "I probably shouldn't say this, but," or "Have you heard what happened to them?" The Stoics saw gossip as a shallow and destructive habit. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Do not waste time discussing what a good person should be one." When someone tries to chip away at your character behind your back, they reveal their own lack of integrity. Their whispered words come not from strength or honesty, but from insecurity and fear of your light shining too brightly. When you recognize these whispers, choose not to chase them. Trust that your actions will always speak louder than their rumors. Distance yourself gracefully, knowing that their attempts to control the narrative reflect their inner struggles, not your worth. And remember, those who truly admire and respect you will never need to tear you down when you're not looking. 6. Undermining your abilities. There are moments when enthusiasm meets quiet sabotage. You share a vision, a dream, or a plan, and instead of encouragement, you're met with that subtle smirk, the patronizing nod, or the glance that says, "You? Really?" This is how envy often cloaks itself, not in open opposition, but in the small, almost invisible gestures meant to shrink your confidence. The Stoics taught us to recognize such moments, not to be wounded by them, but to understand them for what they are, reflections of the other person's insecurity, not your worth. When someone undermines your abilities, they reveal their fear that you might succeed where they have not. Let their coldness be a reminder to stay rooted in your purpose. Let your light grow warmer. Speak your ideas louder. Act on them boldly. Because in the end, it's your courage, not their approval, that shapes your destiny. 7. Ghosting you during success. When you succeed, whether it's landing a new opportunity, reaching a personal milestone, or simply glowing with happiness, notice who disappears. One of the most telling signs of hidden envy is someone who goes silent just when you deserve a heartfelt word of congratulations. The Stoics understood that a true ally rejoices with you as if your joy were their own. But someone who cannot bear to see you thrive will quietly withdraw, choosing absence over acknowledgement. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Do not waste time arguing about what a good man should be one." Similarly, those who vanish during your moments of triumph are showing you who they are and what they cannot give you. Rather than chase them or wonder why they cannot offer a simple, "well done," recognize that their ghosting reveals more about their inner world than about your success. Let their silence teach you that real friends stand by you not only when you need help, but also when your light shines its brightest. And in that recognition, you can embrace your own path without guilt or regret, carrying your joy forward with those who appreciate it and leaving behind those who cannot. 8. Asking personal questions to undermine you. Envious people often hide their intentions behind questions that seem innocent on the surface, but feel invasive once you reflect on them. They probe into your finances, your relationships, your progress, not to support you, but to catch a glimpse of your weaknesses or create a moment where they can feel superior. The Stoics remind us to guard our inner sanctuary carefully. Epictetus taught, "You become what you give your attention to." When someone repeatedly seeks personal details they have no real need to know, they're often fishing for an opportunity to judge or control the narrative about you, hoping to expose cracks they can quietly exploit. Recognize this subtle tactic for what it is. Protect your boundaries with quiet dignity and grace. Share what truly matters only to those who have proven they deserve your trust. Let their prying questions pass you by like fleeting clouds, unworthy of your inner peace, as you hold yourself with the calm assurance that you never owe anyone access to your most personal self. 9. Sudden mood swings around you. Envy rarely announces itself in plain words. More often, it reveals itself in sudden changes of energy. Someone's face darkens, their tone sharpens, or they grow strangely distant the moment you share a success or talk about your goals. One minute they seem supportive and present, the next they appear irritable, distracted, or aloof. The Stoics knew that emotions often surface from hidden judgments. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Look within. Within is the fountain of good." But not everyone drinks from that fountain. Instead, they allow envy to cloud their reactions, shifting their moods like unpredictable winds. When you recognize these rapid shifts, someone becoming tense or unresponsive as you thrive, see it for what it is, a sign of inner struggle they haven't conquered. Don't take their coldness personally. Remain steady and kind, knowing that their turbulence is their own burden to bear, and that your light need not dim to make them comfortable.
10. Talking more about others than about themselves. Envious people often hide behind endless talk about others. They scrutinize, compare, and criticize those around them as if hoping to draw attention away from their own shortcomings. Instead of reflecting inwardly, they focus outward, picking apart the successes, mistakes, and character of everyone except themselves. The Stoics remind us that true wisdom begins with self-examination. Seneca wrote, "The wise man is self-contained." But someone steeped in envy cannot bear the silence of their own thoughts, so they fill it with stories of other people's faults, hoping to seem superior without ever putting their own character to the test. Recognizing this habit frees you to set healthy boundaries. Surround yourself with those who speak of ideas, aspirations, and growth, rather than the flaws of others. Let the empty gossip pass you by like a breeze, a fleeting distraction that cannot disturb your deeper commitment to live with integrity, compassion, and focus on what truly matters. Recognizing envy and falsehood is not about becoming cynical or distrusting of everyone around you. It's about seeing clearly. The Stoics remind us that true strength lies in our ability to observe the world without illusion, to accept people as they are rather than as we wish them to be. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Your task is to stand straight, not to be held straight." Once you can identify envy and deceit, you no longer need to spend your energy proving yourself or fearing their judgment. Instead, you can respond with measured calm, graceful detachment, and compassion, knowing that the bitterness they project belongs to them, not to you. Keep your focus on your own path. Let your integrity speak louder than rumors. Let your joy flourish regardless of their silence. And let your sense of self-worth remain untethered by the whims of those who cannot wish you well. By cultivating this stoic clarity, you free yourself to live with greater purpose, deeper peace, and unwavering confidence. Trust your process, trust your principles, and continue becoming the person who shines, simply by being true to who you are. Remember, your power lies in choosing who you allow into your inner circle, who you trust, who you listen to, and who you simply wish well from afar. Subscribe for more wisdom from Stoicism to help you live stronger, freer, and at peace. Thank you for watching.